As of February 2023, the mysterious unidentified flying objects, UFOs, that were shot down over North America are not the only flying objects moving around. There are also other flying objects buzzing around. In the year 2020, the Pentagon made public 3 recordings that were considered to be unstable. Navy pilots who watched racing objects disappearing for causes that are unknown took these movies after they witnessed the phenomenon. The recordings did not reveal any sensitive capabilities or systems, and the Department of Defense stated that they did not impede on any subsequent investigations of military airspace incursions by unidentified aerial phenomena. This is according to the statements made by the Department of Defense. After conducting an in-depth analysis of the films, this assessment led to the subsequent conclusion. Video recordings were taken between the years 2004 and 2015, and they show what the pilots witnessed while they were on their training flights. They are not able to be explained in any way. Here are 10 other bizarre UFO sightings that still give witnesses the shivers. Number 10. We're not crazy, pilots tell Yellowknife air traffic controllers in 2023 Canada. Air traffic controllers and pilots in Canada were unable to identify 2 white lights that were moving in a circular pattern and were believed to be flying over the Northwest Territories of Canada in the year 2023. The crew member on board a Canadian North flight that was en route to Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, posed the following question to the air traffic controllers. Good evening, just wondering, do you have 2 planes that are just to the east of your field doing circuits or maneuvers? It was the 29th of January, 2023, and it was just before midnight. The air traffic controller in Yellowknife responded with a no, stating that there was no traffic that had been reported in the region. Do you have a visual on something? Yeah, we're looking at 2 lights dancing around here, to the east of your field. The crew of the twin turboprop Canadian North aircraft responded with a degree of hesitance or hesitation. I have no idea what they are doing, but they are way above us. It appears that they are not being detected by the traffic collision avoidance system. However, we are able to observe the lights moving around. The crew member then radios back to say, we're not crazy. There's a brief delay before they say this. No, we definitely believe you, the air traffic controller says in response. There is still no explanation for the sighting. Number 9. The Phoenix Lights Incident, 1997, Arizona, U.S. During the year 1997, a number of witnesses stated that they had witnessed a big object in the shape of a triangle flying over Phoenix, Arizona. There were a number of lights that emanated from the object, and it was reported as being of enormous size and being silent. In spite of the numerous eyewitness testimonies and photographic evidence, the Phoenix Lights incident continues to be a subject of discussion and curiosity. Some individuals are of the opinion that the item in question was a covert military aircraft, while others are of the opinion that it was an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Number 8. Rendlesham Forest Incident, 1980, Suffolk, UK. Rendlesham Forest Incident occurred in England in Number 7. The Gulf Breeze 6, 1987, Gulf Breeze, Florida. The term Gulf Breeze 6 refers to a string of witnesses who reported seeing unidentified flying objects near Gulf Breeze, Florida during the late 1980s. There were 6 people who lived in Florida who claimed to have seen a succession of weird flying objects, one of which being a big UFO that was formed like a triangle. While there are those who believe that the sightings were actual contacts with extraterrestrial objects, there are also those who suggest that they were hoaxes or misidentifications of other aircraft with the same name. It has been determined through governmental inquiries that there are no definitive solutions. Number 6. The Westle UFO Incident, 1966, Melbourne. In 1966, a big object in the shape of a disc was observed floating low in the sky above a school located in the district of Westle in Melbourne, Australia. This event is known as the Westle UFO Incident. According to reports, the object was described as being silent and producing a brilliant light. It was also said to have temporarily landed in a field nearby before lifting off again. There were numerous witnesses who claimed seeing the encounter, including kids and instructors at the school. Currently, the location is a playground for children with a UFO motif. Number 5. The Lakenheath Bentwaters Incident, 1956, England, UK. In terms of terrifying occurrences, the Lakenheath Bentwaters Incident is right up there with the best of them. During the year 1956, a series of odd lights were observed in the sky over the Bentwaters and Lakenheath air bases in England. This was the first time that a UFO was seen in the country. They were characterized as being big, bright things that were flying at great speeds and performing weird maneuvers. They were also described as being in the air. Multiple witnesses, including members of the armed forces, reported seeing the object. It continues to be one of the most abhorrent and unexplained encounters of unidentified flying objects in Europe. Number 4. The Mory Island Incident, 1947, Washington, U.S. 1947 was the year when Puget Sound, Washington was the location of the Mory Island incident happening. A big object in the shape of a donut was observed hovering above the waters of Puget Sound. It was said that unusual materials, including rocks and metal parts, fell from the craft and landed on the island of Mory, which is located close. Two witnesses reported this sighting, and even to this day, the event continues to pique the imagination of people who are interested in UFOs and make them speculate about what might have happened. Number 3. The world's UFO hotspot, 1992 to 2023, Bonnybridge, Scotland. More than 6,000 people have reported seeing unidentified flying objects in the scenic Scottish town of Bonnybridge, which is located between Glasgow and Edinburgh. The locals are demanding to know the reason behind these sightings. Billy Buchanan, a member of the local council, has stated his desire for the government to conduct an investigation. It is unknown to us, but we insist on being informed. However, despite the fact that UFO experts have been in Bonnybridge, no one has been able to provide an explanation for the crop circles or sightings of aliens that began in 1992 when a driver reported seeing a ship floating over the road when it was tucked between the foggy glens and the dark rolling mountains. Number 2. The Coin Helicopter Incident, 1973, Ohio. The Coin Helicopter Incident is a well-known sighting of a UFO that occurred in the state of Ohio sometime in the year 1973. A helicopter belonging to the United States Army Reserve was flying over Mansfield, Ohio, when it apparently came into contact with a peculiar item that was shaped like a cylinder and was hovering in the air. Eyewitness reports have been provided. The length of the item was described as being greater than 100 feet, and it was said to have several lights on its surface. The crew of the helicopter stated that the presence of the object had an effect on their instruments, and that the object looked to be maneuvering in a manner that was contrary to the laws of physics. Number 1. The Delphos UFO sighting, 1971. In 1971, a large, glowing object was reportedly seen hovering in the sky above Delphos. It was described as being circular in shape and emitting a bright light. The sighting was reported by multiple witnesses. Area 51 in Roseville. There is a possibility that some of you are curious about Area 51, which is so terrifying that we have devoted a whole post to discussing it. We have relegated Roswell, the city that is considered to be the mother of all UFO claims, to the background because there was no object that was truly seen. The Roswell UFO incident took place at Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. It was a story that involves the supposed crash of an extraterrestrial spacecraft and the retrieval of its debris by the United States military. For those who are not familiar with the event, the Roswell UFO incident took place. It is said that the debris was transported to a military base, where it was concealed and covered up by the government. This is according to the story. So what do you think? Government cover-ups, alien visitors, or just camera tricks? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Have you ever had a UFO sighting of your own? Share your experiences. The truth is out there.